This is 5 Live. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
On 5 Live.
I'm Tony Livesey. We've had sunshine, long weekends and a royal wedding to boot. All seemed very well with the world, hasn't it? But rainy days, 5-day weeks and elections have brought us back down to earth with a bump. People are angry about spending cuts and tax rises. They feel betrayed by politicians who've broken promises. And they're more willing than ever to get out on the streets and protest. Yet the government have continually repeated their rallying cry. We're all in this together.
We're asking others in our society on much lower incomes to make sacrifices, for we are all in this together. But I think it's sensible.
Naturally, not everyone agrees.
Ministers have the nerve to tell us that we're all in this together. Well, with that cynical lie, they're taking us for fools. But you know what? The British people will not be fooled.
I don't think he agrees. That's TUC General Secretary Brendan Barber. He just doesn't buy it. But do you? Do you think the millionaires are really manning the barricades with the rest of us?
It's the bank holiday weekend. The royal wedding is out the way. Surely now is the time to get people talking about AV. Excuse me, can I talk to you about the AV referendum?
Not really, mate. I ain't got a clue what it's all about.
Can I talk to you about AV, please?
No, love. Oh, no, not today.
Oh, dear. It's starting to seem that AV stands for apathetic voters. What I need to do is sex AV up.
Roll up, roll up. It's time to take the AV referendum challenge. Sir, you look interested. Would you like to take the AV referendum challenge?
I'm asking people if they'd prefer to literally watch paint dry or discuss AV with me.
I'd watch paint dry.
All right, I'm going to push it up slightly. Would you rather hear me read from Piers Morgan's autobiography or talk about AV?
Yeah, let's go with Piers.
Okay. Simon Cowell rang. Hi, Piers, good news. ITV want to do the Paul O'Grady talent show and they want you as a judge. Are you sure you want me to carry on here?
I know the options, so yeah.
Okay. Now, normally I'd say get on the phone and give us a ring, but in the spirit of cost-cutting and value for licence fee payers' money, we've outsourced the phone-in from the BBC to BCB.
From the heart of Bradford, this is BCB 106.6.
We're joining on the bandwagon of one issue, and I think Nick Clegg needs to be supported and encouraged to stay with this coalition. He shows he's got the guts, and yes, all right, he's done a slight U-turn.
I'm not sure how you can do a slight U-turn. It's either all or nothing as far as I can see. But, you know, as far as unemployment figures go, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Unfortunately, the Liberal Democrats are taking most of the hits for this, for people's lack of faith in the coalition. You know, the Liberal Democrats, they're acting like a human shield. A human shield is what they are.
Laurie's completely wrong about this. There was an ICM poll in The Guardian which found that 57% of the general public think the cuts either go far enough or don't quite go far enough. So that's an overwhelming public endorsement for the cuts.
Unfortunately, approval ratings for this government have dropped a staggering 22 points since the general election. That's almost unprecedented. And only 32% of the public support the coalition. How can you support them?
We had somebody on the text earlier on, Toby, who was pointing out actually the cuts haven't bitten yet, so maybe it was a good time.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, maybe it's a good time for the Conservatives to go to the public.
Quick quiz then, Tony. If you compare public spending in 2009-10, which was 669 billion, with the level of public spending at the end of this 5-year parliament in 14-15, what do you think the percentage cut will be? How much do you think overall the government is proposing to cut public spending? What do you think it is, Laurie?
Toby, it's not about the percentage of what is being spent. It's about where it's being spent. It's being taken away from welfare, being taken away from vital public services.
Let me tell you the answer. It's 3%.
Yeah, but people don't care about
Toby.
3%. People don't care about that if they're going to be losing their jobs and their homes.
Laurie, the level to which public spending is being pegged back is the level it was at in 2008-09, 11 years after Labour had been elected.
Toby, you're not listening to what I'm saying here. People don't care about the level of public spending. People care about the concrete changes to their lives, and you cannot come out and tell me that there aren't going to be hundreds of thousands of people in this country who are going to lose their jobs, who are going to lose their homes, whose children aren't going to be able to go to university, and nobody cares that the level of spending is lower. It's being moved around, a vast transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich.
This is 5 Live. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
On 5 Live.
So we're all in this together then. I dread to, after that last exchange between Toby and Laurie, I dread asking this next question. But maybe when we end with a good old British quiz, we might be able to bring them back together. So, in our a totally original format, Toby and Laurie have to win as many protesters as they can for their rally. The more right answers, the more protesters they win. So, Toby and Laurie, here's the twist. Are you ready for the twist?
What's the twist?
The twist is that you two have got to form a coalition. You've got to work together on this, OK? So there we are. Not since Cheryl and Ashley Cole last played mixed doubles badminton have we seen a pairing so unstable. Nevertheless, we're going to begin. This week's quiz is called A Question of Protest. Dim the lights. So you ready, you two? Mm-hmm. Ooh, they don't. Are you all right?
Yeah, we're fine.
Hands across the water and all that. Is he still?
Toby looks fine. Obviously, I'm looking better.
Toby, are you still in the same room? You haven't walked out.
I'm pleased to see that Laurie has a picture of Prince William and Catherine Middleton in front of her. She's secretly a Tory.
No, I'm holding it to my heart. They're my favourite people in the world. You know this.
Let's see how big a rally we can get together before the end of the programme, which is in 6 minutes' time, OK? So question 1 for 100 protesters. We had an election last week about changing the system, but which of the following votes is not already conducted using a form of proportional representation? The London, Welsh and Scottish Assemblies, London Mayor, Tory and Labour leadership elections, or this?
What came through so much was your character, your relationship, and your fantastic rendition of the nation's favourite song.
That was, of course, Michael McIntyre praising a pair of bell ringers on Britain's Got Talent. So what's the answer, you two? Work
Britain's
together.
Got Talent is the answer.
Is that the answer? Hang on, I've got the... that means yes, that's right. Well done.
You've got 50 each.
You've got 50 each. Now for 200 protesters. That's the sound, the authentic sound of 200 protesters. Today's programme has been all about the degree to which the British public have fallen out with their politicians. But which charismatic UK politician lists amongst his passions Britain, jogging and ordinary people, yeah? Not got long.
David Cameron?
Oh, no, I've pressed the wrong button. Hang on. No, it's wrong.
Ed Miliband.
He was... See, you're not working as a coalition. Toby had the answer. It was Ed Miliband, so no. Let's just hear what you could have won.
That was a minority.
Yeah, that was just the soundtrack to Casualty. We'll try and improve the sound effects for next week. Laurie and Toby, what have you learnt today? Laurie, by the way, have you got a protest coming up soon? You take to the streets quite frequently. What's your next protest?
Well, I'll be whatever protests are going on. I'm sure I'll be.
You're just joining the back of the next parade.
No. My principles are far more thought out than that.
Toby, you never answered the question. Would anything get you on the streets?
How about the sales?
Well, I'm hoping to join the rally against debt next Saturday in Parliament Square. But one thing I've learnt today, Tony, is that Laurie and I actually agree about something. We agree that Labour and Conservative deficit reduction strategies aren't very far.
I cannot bear the hypocrisy.
Thank you very much. Next week, when we're all in this together, we'll be asking about the health service. I'm Tony Livesey. This has been We're All in This Together.
This is 5 Live. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
On 5 Live.